Yo, what's up?
What's up?
It's only Tuesday, but it feels like a Friday in that I feel like we've worked a lot.
Yeah, we had a product launch, right?
Yeah,
On Amazon.
that's right.
Who knew so much went into it?
Right? Amazon is a beast.
It
But
really is. It
yeah,
really is.
yeah, thanks everyone for everyone who's been so supportive and sending us
Mm.
texts and buying the product. We could see your first names. So we appreciate like on Amazon, we see your names. Thank you so much. And yeah, just gotta keep going.
Yeah, no, this is the most important time. And again, I definitely felt the support and love from friends, family. I'm just so grateful. I think that's the word that keeps coming to mind. This is usually my go-to emotion, but I'm feeling it very deep. And so, again, to reiterate what you're saying, just want to say thank you for all the love and support. And it's just crazy that we're doing this, to be honest. Yeah, just a lot of gratitude that we have the privilege actually to do this as well. So, 열심히
Mm-hmm.
잘할게요.
Let's do this. Let's make some money.
I know. How you feeling though?
I feel good. I think I was actually more stressed out when we were in the earlier branding stage
Mm,
because I knew that was very like heavily on my shoulders. And with design, there's a process, and usually the first five iterations are going to be crap, and then there's kind of this like light bulb moment. And so I think when that happened, I felt way better because once I know where we're going, I can make anything in a way. So I think I felt a higher anxiety there, but after we launched, I definitely have felt it. Like we were joking about, but not really joking around about how many times we were command R, like refreshing just to check our like Amazon sales.
orders that coming through.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it's been a very big learning, experience and very rewarding, even if we're just at the very early beginning. I thought today we would spend some time just to talk about why it is we like this thing,
Mm,
right?
yeah.
Uh, and then later we're gonna do a fun singles Inferno, what is it, review?
Just thoughts.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
we have not talked about it
Predictions.
at
No, we have
all
not.
because we
Yeah,
were like, we have to save it
I
till this
know.
episode.
But
So stick
it.
around, okay?
Yeah, no, you have to. You have to stick around. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But tonight, yeah, the new episode is coming, so I wonder if this is gonna be obsolete at that point.
You know what? It's okay because people are like catching up and nobody wants spoiler alerts. So we've given you guys enough time to watch the four.
말
So,
참 잘한다.
그렇지. A little slower is okay. Yeah, so stick around to watch that. And I guarantee Gia and I will have disagreements about our takes on people. So, but maybe we will agree, but we'll find out.
We shall.
Yeah, so back to Superband by Make It Skin. How do we come up with the name, Jie? Do you remember? This is a memory quiz.
So, listeners, you have to know my memory is not that great, but I'm very present. So I think I get so much in that moment that I don't
그렇지.
remember it. But if I remember correctly, we went to BJ's. It
Which
was
we
you,
never
me,
do. It's
we
like a
never.
restaurant, pizza
Yeah.
restaurant.
It was you, me, John, and David double
Mhm.
dating.
I
And then
don't
we had
even
to
know
come up
where our
with,
children were.
yeah, I don't know either. Did we just leave
Did you
them?
guys have your kids there? Oh, is that during winter break when you dropped off the kids at my kids' school camp?
But it was in the evening that we went to BJ, so something
Yeah,
must
so
have.
you guys
I
must
it
have been.
would. I think John's mom and dad
Oh, they were watching
watched
the
all of
kids, and
them.
we like went out quick style.
Yeah, and then we
It's
had some
possible.
some we had some food that I didn't eat because I was on my warrior diet. You killed a bowl of your own soup thingy.
I,
Yeah, of
I'm not
course.
surprised. I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
Okay, anyways,
and
So we had no kids. You guys were visiting the Bay Area.
Yes. And then
And
we went, this is just like a year ago, right?
yeah, and because we had been talking about this, bringing this product, and it was finally like, okay, we're here together in person. What are we gonna name it, right?
Yeah, 맞아, 맞아. So, over Pazuki and some beers, came up with the name Make It Skin.
Yeah.
그지? Because
Yeah, and
the idea behind it was like skin is skinning,
yeah, skin to
and we're all
skinning,
about
make your
skin.
skin skin.
Yeah,
And also, it was available on domain.com. So,
correct. Correct. That very important.
yeah, yeah. And then I think it was like a month or two after that we came up with the name Superband because I think that took a little longer. But again, it was available and we said, let's do it.
Yeah. So, why did you get excited about Superband, the product? What made you excited about it?
Yeah, well, we shared on Instagram about the beginning discovery of this hydrocolloid bandage, like when you went to Korea, Nora got hurt, right? I think on my end, I've had eczema and I haven't suffered like eczema my entire life, but right at that like end of COVID, my whole body was flaring up and I still have these like, really gross scars from it. And I had never experienced eczema and it was a little bit of a panic moment. And so I was buying everything and anything under the sun that I thought could help eczema, from creams and whatever, and Korean products. And then at the end, I was like, I just need to like not rip my skin off. So I started buying these wound dressings, on Amazon at the drugstore, and they're like film dressings or different types of hydrocolloid bandages, which at the time I didn't realize I was like a hydrocolloid, but I would just buy different kinds of larger patches that I could like cover my entire back and arms so that my hair won't brush on it and it would like activate the itch. And then so when you told me about that product and you sent me like samples, I just knew this was like highest grade of all the things that I had been trying. And there was nothing like that here. And then, my sister, she's a little bit more Korean. Like she just knows Korea a little bit better than me. And she was like, oh, people go to Korea and they buy like box loads of that because that stuff is the best stuff. And there's, a couple different brands in Korea that do it that are slightly different. So I think that was the first appeal, knowing that I had been battling with eczema and had tried all of these different films that are supposed to kind of create a moist environment to heal. But the one that you sent me was just like the best thing ever. So that's really what drew me. And I think it's accessibility. Even if my sister or people we know that frequent Korea could bring it, like I wouldn't have known it because I don't go to Korea that often, or how would people here know it? So it's also the accessibility part of it that I was really curious about. So, yeah.
I mean, since you've tried everything, what is the actual, like you keep saying high quality, like what about it makes it high quality compared to all the other ones that you've tried? 또 뭐 하냐?
So I'm going to open the number one highest selling hydrocolloid bandage product on Amazon right now.
Oh,
Okay? It will not be named. Okay? I wasn't trying to do this. Now I look like used car salesman, but let's go. So
no,
this
because
is
I really think it's important. Like people,
Yeah.
like I don't understand. Like I knew that the product was out there, and for me, to be honest, I just thought, hey, it's the branding, like that. I think we're gonna differentiate ourselves. But
Yeah.
after talking to you, and you've tried everything under the sun and had patches all over your body testing, right? Because I think for you, product is equally important. So, I just wanted to hear your thoughts as to why.
Yeah, so this is the number one selling grossing product on Amazon, and this is ours, right? And I mean, obviously, I just opened it out of its own packaging, so you don't see the brand of the other one. So I'll open this. But for this one, ours is smaller, and there's a reason, but we'll get into that later. But just when you look at the material alone, it's like this is a lot thinner and flimsier. This one is a little bit more, has a little bit more standing, but it also feels so velvety. Like you could see this is like really shiny and kind of
Plasticky.
plasticky. And this is like, it just
Matte. Like
just
skin.
feels so nice. Yeah, like skin, literally. And we were looking for a skin-like barrier. You know, when you have eczema, you do not want to put something on and it feels like this plastic film over you. Like the idea would make me rip it off. But this, it just feels like a nicer added protective layer of something sitting on your skin. So when I open this, yeah, I guess I'm going to do a demonstration. So, you know, one of the things that we did add in our design, which a lot of Korean brands don't do, is they don't have this flap. And as moms, I do not want to be having a crying kid and like, you know? So that was something that we added, as well as the size. I mean, bigger is good, but it's not always better, you know? And in testing, I just feel like this actually ended up wasting a lot of product, like random corners of it. But you could cut this off. It's big enough that you could cut it for smaller. But if you do have a big, like, something on your leg, especially, my son plays soccer, it's always like full of scrapes. This is, I think, a really nice size that you apply it without having to cut if it's a larger wound. So we also like that, and it's just easier to put into your purse, honestly, or bag or whatever. So if I put this on, you'll
First
see
aid kit.
immediately what this looks like. Okay, so let me take my watch off. So I put it on, okay, and press it, and then it just feels like butter. Feels like butter. Okay, let me just see. So you press it firmly, you know? And so right off the bat, you could see that, can you see? Like, I guess you can't really see it. My lighting is not that good, but it's very thin, and the other kind is very thin and like kind of plasticky and shiny. And this one is like so matte and velvety. Okay? So just even in the feel of it, I just knew right away. But all the much more, it's not just the feel or like the look of it, it's that this stuff, it doesn't absorb things very well. Because the whole idea between hydrocolloid is you create a moist healing environment instead of like letting it dry or letting a scab form, which then could slow down the process of healing, and also it gets itchy, so you start picking at it, and that's what causes reinfection, all of that. This is supposed to cover it, and then the skin already, your layers, and I'm not in dermatology, but I know one of our friends posted about it, and I was like, wow, so much better said than what I could have said. So it's a well-studied, you know, NIH has a whole article on moist healing being the superior way to heal wounds. So it's not my words, it's everyone else's words. But the thing about this is that as it starts healing on wounds, it just feels not as impactful. It does a good job of concealing, kind of covering it, but it feels more like a film. But then this one, it really will draw out that gunk, as I call it. And I just found that it just is way better. So that was my spiel on why I always say it's better. Like every product out there on Amazon, it's made in China. You know, when it comes to skincare and really the technology and the innovation of hydrocolloid bandage, Korea is the number one. And so our manufacturer is the highest selling manufacturer of hydrocolloid products in Korea. And we went and we modified a couple of things so that it would be better for the American market. So we are so proud of this product. It's the best thing out there. And not only that, I really think the branding and the marketing and the educational piece is a huge part of it. So I hope we do well.
I really wanted to focus on the branding actually and the package design because we always talk about business. It's not that fun actually. So
Do people really care about the branding and the package design?
Yeah, I actually think it is because again, I was just talking to you about this yesterday, but my take on it is branding and packaging and all that is probably the most important because
Mm,
that is what's going to drive sales and then recurring sales, So at the end of the day, who wins the market and the market share is, I think, really the branding and that's the competitive advantage in light of
yeah.
all of these products. So with that being said, how did you come up with the package design?
Why is it 계속 me talking?
No, because you're a CMO. Yeah,
Got it. Um,
yeah.
I'm getting a little bit like not shy, but just kind of trying to understand the how I started this because our audience, they're not all entrepreneurs, business owners, like our main audience, it's moms, right? But I think the reason we share this is it's our first time doing this, really. So there's a lot of newness, and we want to be open and share that process. And again, it is to encourage and inspire. So if there's something you're thinking of, right, like do it. Anyways, that makes me feel better because then I'm like setting the stage to what I'm about to say. So package design, we talked about the naming and the product name, and the super band is just because there are a lot of different options for it, but the main thing is we want actually our kids to remember the names, and our kids were a big part of trying to help pick out a name, and I want synonym. You know how there is a huge company that makes bandage products that has become the ubiquitous word for bandage. I need and we need it to be, I need a super band, I need a super band. And that's really the simplicity of it. And yeah, we were inspired by, like, we love Hero Cosmetics and the branding and the product. And we kind of like look to that company as really our like 선배s of what they've done really great. And what I see is it says like hero to the rescue. And there was a little bit of that where I wanted to be like super band, like to the rescue, or I need a super band. Like I need something better than what's the band, the three-letter word, right? And so
That shall not be named.
that shall not be named. So yeah, I think that was a naming, and I think in terms of that, just a very bold type treatment. This is gonna go into graphic design 선생님 mode, okay?
Go.
And yes, I did all the branding. We did not pay a single dime to do the branding because it is I that did it. And obviously we have Make It Skin. Make It Skin logo is a lot more simple because we know our product is the shining moment, the star, and Make It Skin we just wanted to have something that felt like a trustworthy backbone, and it's coming from Make It Skin, but really Superband is a star. In terms of the actual like product, obviously like drew this product and to show the waterproof of it, and there's different elements of it, right? Like a lot of these were hand drawn, if anybody wants to know, and that was fun because I'm a painting major, and I am sure my parents thought I was just gonna be a starving artist. But there were some times where I felt very hungry for, like my career was like, what am I doing? But it's a full circle moment because a lot of my friends know that I've been drawing these cells in most of my like artist career, college and on. Like I have an obsession with cells and the way that cells look and the way that lines overlap and draw and create boundaries. And so a part of this was that up close there's these lines that I drew, and it looks very fingerprinty, but ultimately it's really the idea of like the touch of a skin that is so unique to everybody. And we're not saying like unique skin, or we're not being so literal about it, but I felt like adding that hand-drawn element to our box also gave it that personal, unique touch to what it is that we're doing, which is healing your skin. And then, everything else, like the drawings and all of that, that also adds to that personal touch. It also makes it easier because, the hardest thing from a branding point is if you start drawing skin, it's like what skin color? Well, ours is clear, as you could see. And I didn't want it to look like it's only for Asians or for white people or for black people, right? It really, the color of your skin does not matter. This will heal your skin. So that's kind of the other aspect of it. And then last but not least, the color, we went through like many iterations of it. I've kind of shared in the past different versions of it. But this was a very last minute change, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah.
We were going to Korea to do a final print check, and pretty much 2 days before, I got on a call with our print manufacturer saying that they're concerned about, we had this really beautiful gradient color, and they had concerns of the consistency of that. Like, hey, we could do it, but the way that these printers work with gradient colors. And basically what I understood it to be is that box 1 and box 1,000 and box 100,000 might look different. And I hated that inconsistency. So I don't know. Again, Chia, you might know this because I explained it to you, but when you do a print job, there's a CMYK, and the brightest color you could get out of CMYK is just to go 100% yellow. So that's how I did it. We just went, let's just go bright and bold, and now it feels like, how could we have ever thought of any other color?
맞아, 맞아.
But at the time, it was like, just do it. I'll see you in Korea.
Yeah. I mean, the couple things that I wanted to add, and this is the Jamie part of all of this, in my perspective, is that, when you're talking about the fingerprint, I remember you're like going through iterations and iterations. Something was like missing. And I remember I was like scrolling on Instagram, and then I came to draw Jim and Draw.
It's my little like baby drawing account that I never post on.
Yeah, which is really unfortunate, by the way. You should revive that little baby. But I remember thinking, oh my gosh, like Jimin needs to put her fingerprint on the package design. And I thought I was like so inspired. Like I texted you, I was like, very respectfully, you've done a great job. Like I love all the package design. But
You're sending.
yeah, but I was just like, I think, having your fingerprint and your artwork on the package design would make it so much more special. And that I remember thinking, this is why this is so 재밌어, because we have our own identity infused in this product. And so it's just not just a product, it's actually an artwork, I would call it artwork.
아,
Okay.
그럼 우리 지혜한테 참 고마워야 되겠네.
너 기억도 못하지? 내가 그 inspiration.
No, honestly, of course I remember. My memory is so good. I remember exactly when you said it, and I was like, it like literally clicked. I was like, I got it. I understand.
Oh, did you? Because when I was talking to you, actually, I thought you were like, no, that's sacred.
No, it was
like
totally like. I mean, if anything, I mean, with everything, I never say I love it. Let's go, because I know it's something that I have to figure it out on my own of what that looks like. But no, I remember when you said it. I remember it was like an aha moment.
Oh, interesting. I really took it the opposite way.
Oh, 아니야.
Our communication is just so great.
아니야.
But
yeah.
I just remember, the cells, skin. Like in my mind, that was the connection. But when you came out with the fingerprint, like again, surprised and delighted.
But it's not like supposed to be a fingerprint. It just reads fingerprinty once you see it.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. But I'm just saying, like, it was just even better than I had anticipated or expected.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, the other thing that I was going to say is, the color. It's so crazy that this is the 재밌는 part. Like, you just never know what's going to come your way. And I remember even saying, that, like, in business, I think you just always have to make an executive decision and go with it. But at the same time, you have to be flexible and adaptable. And, and I think that was the perfect example of, no, we're going to go with gradient. I remember you specifically telling me, Chia, gradient is really difficult. And I was like, I don't care. We can make it happen. We can do it. This is the design. I love it. And then lo and behold, a couple of days before you had to come, it's like,
I sent over the yellow file.
This is not going to work. And it came out all like wonky and
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh my God. So I mean, personally, I felt really bad, but it all worked out for the best, So I guess this is just an encouragement for everybody too, that it may not make sense. And you made first make an executive decision, go with it, be confident. But then the second thing is when things go awry, you got to move and it's okay.
Yeah.
It could actually come out better than you anticipated. So anyway,
That's
just
literally
wanted
what
to add those
happened.
two.
We were like, I don't know, let's just send the yellow file. Do it. And then, do you remember the manufacturer called? And he was like, oh, we're looking at
Oh
your
yeah.
file. It's like very yellow. I was like, 네, 노란색으로 보냈어요. And then he's like, oh, but we heard that in America, like 미국에서는 노란색이 잘 안 팔린다고 들었어요. Like I heard that in America, yellow doesn't sell well. And even though I sent this with like honestly like a 40% doubt in my own heart as I click send, because the previous color was actually really pretty,
It's
but it's
very
just
pretty.
the execution would have been really hard. So even I sent that with like a big doubtful heart in my heart. When they said that and challenged my decision in the yellow, I was like, 누가 그래요? 미쳤어. I was like, 미국에서 안 판다고 누가 그래요? I was like, 저희는 팔 겁니다. 미친년 아니야? So literally, I was like, inside the doubt, we don't have time
No,
to be doubtful.
kibosh it. Yeah,
Oh,
kibosh it.
go, you know? And
And it's so crazy, like
now
how
everyone's
long
like,
it.
it's so pretty. I'm like,
Yeah. No, but and think about how long it took to
Yeah.
like you've made so many iterations, and this was not one of them.
There were like
This
four
came
different
out,
radiation colors. Yeah.
yeah, but this was definitely not one of the choices,
No,
even when we were doing the
no.
focus group. But it
Yeah.
was the 11th hour, and you just
Yeah.
came up with this right before you came to Korea, and it was go
Yeah.
time. So
Yeah.
it's just crazy how things work out,
And
and
then
I
you
think
were
that's
like,
one of
hey,
my
what if
favorite stories.
you were like, what if the yellow comes and like it doesn't look good? Like, what if I remember you were kind of like nervous for me, and I was like, 그냥 가는 거지.
그렇지. That's again, the third thing is 진짜 like
Yeah.
when I'm like backing out or like I'm kind of nervous,
Yeah.
you come in strong. Same.
And
이게
equally.
uh-huh.
아주 Anyways, that's
미친년들이지 한마디.
Miss Michinyan Club. So if you also identify as a Michinyan, join the club and let's make something happen, you know?
Word.
I hope that was informative and entertaining. And, you know, if you have questions, we'll go more into it. But hey, we have like 15 minutes before I have to pick up my kids. So should we talk about the most important
go.
topic of today?
Of course.
Singles
Inferno season
season 4.
4.
Okay, okay, wait, I need a picture of like all the guys, but anyways,
Let's talk about
maybe
the
we just
let's talk about the
no,
girls first.
so girls first.
Oh, guys first. Should we go guys
Rank
first?
rank your guys,
Oh.
top
Okay.
to bottom, not including the potential new because we don't know who's coming. Okay,
Okay.
yeah,
Come on. 육준서, right? 1. Teo, number 2. Teo might even be number 1. I don't know.
he's
I think. Oh, it's very hard.
the names I can't even remember the.
동호. And then 정수, the deep voice. And then, of course, Taewon.
You know, I said Taewon not gonna make it to paradise. He's gonna stay
No.
right on that island.
But you know,
All-
okay, so it's just the way he came out in the beginning was just so no bueno. But the way he loves on Baekjiyeon, is that her name?
Yeah, yeah.
I really appreciated that because she's one of my, I really like Baekjiyeon.
She's my top. Oh, are we actually in agreement this season?
No, Ishian is my top, right? Xian, the favorite. But Baekjiyeon is right under.
Yeah.
Like,
But with Taehwan, it might look cute and dear right at that moment, but I feel like he really thinks he's got game. Like campfire, the campfire of hell from hell. Okay,
oh, that was the worst.
the worst campfire
The
ever.
worst.
It's like when he was like, oh, I thought I would be getting 3. We like John and I died. We're like, yeah, you should be so grateful you even got like 2, you know? So again, I think for me, I'm not really sold on him because I just think it's like real creepy how he thinks he looks so
Yeah.
intently at her and he thinks he's got like such charisma, which I bet he's like a 22-year-old model.
No, for sure. But
Yeah.
I mean, again, I think I think it's not him as a person, but I think deep down, I do think he felt bad for her. I do think he
Yeah,
felt
yeah.
like, and I think that
Compassion, you know?
compassion was just, you don't see that with all the other guys. Everybody's out to get, and I know he came
Mm-hmm.
out really strong, and that could be a persona that he, so who knows? Like right now, it's very up in the air of
Yeah,
like
yeah,
who he actually is. And I
yeah,
feel like he's trying to battle with these other guys. It's a
yeah,
very difficult battle because they're all like,
yeah,
something special about him. So I'm curious. I'm just curious, but I don't like him. He's my least.
yeah. Um, 정수, deep voice, absolute no. Because it's like, this is gonna sound so dumb because I'm a 40, almost 2-year-old mom, but like, player recognize player, okay? And like, guys like that are nice to everybody, 절대 안 돼. You know, he be running a coffee shop, all the cute
잠깐만,
girls trying
can
to.
we take a step back? 잠깐만. 네가 지금 네 자신이 플레이어라는
나는
말인가
옛날에
봐.
날라다녔지.
아, 그래?
날라다녔지. 응. 그렇지. 뭐, 더 이상
너도 이런 짓거리를 했다는 거야? 한마디로?
짓거리는 is kind of a trashy word for me.
미안해. 짓거리는
뭐,
아니고.
choice of words seems a little bit
알았어,
trashy.
미안해.
Um, but I'm just saying the game sees game, okay?
got
And
it. Game sees game.
I may not have taken advantage of the full gameness that I could have,
I don't know what that
but
means.
you know, 난 그래도 Christian이니까, you know, I'm Christian. I had to, you know, yeah, you know,
지킬 것은 지킨다. 그거야 또.
그렇지, yeah.
그렇지.
But you know, that's why I like guys that were like jerk jocks, like John. Like John does not, he not trying to make everybody feel nice, right? He actually makes everybody feel not nice, and then and then you try to get that out, you know, like 육준서. But we're skipping, okay? Okay, Teo, when he came out with the yo, I was like,
I know.
제일 싫어. 진짜 최악이야.
But think
What?
about his brand. Because he's trying to be an actor,
Yeah.
English
Now it
speaking.
makes sense.
그렇지.
And
But that's how I would have
Vampires-
came out.
but,
You know, like, you're like, yo.
yeah,
So I respect
exactly.
it. It's hard. It's hard to come out like
Yeah.
that, to be
But
honest.
it's because he when he went to Paradise and the campfire, it's like all those things did a solid to him. Like, because the more you actually peel the layers, he's actually a very like 단단한 사람. So 아주 rising.
But doesn't he remind you of me? I'm
Not at all, but that's weird. Now I have to think about it. But if you
No, because-
identify it as Teo, you know,
meaning like 처음에 사람들 나 만날 때는 I can come off as a very confident, blah 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 blah. But at the end of the day, I'm like so like 묵직해. 안 그래?
well, you are, but maybe that's why you identified and saw that. But like with Teo, I never once thought, oh, it reminds me of Jihye. First of all, he's a guy, and I think
I know.
also
But his essence.
and yeah, I mean, I see what you mean, but it didn't come up
알았어.
on my brain. And
알았어.
then who else? 육준서. Did we skip anybody?
동호. See, we don't even remember 동호.
동호는 진짜 okay. In real life, he might be like actually great.
맞아.
And he keeps saying, "Oh, my height is my advantage." It's like you don't even like your shoulders are so narrow. You don't even look that tall. But if you're on a show, you got to do something.
But maybe that's his thing. I mean, it's the
But, like,
forgettable nice
you-
guy.
Yeah, so that's why we forgot about him. And his face is like a little too shiny. I just want to get some blot.
Wow. But 육준서, he had 코수술, 그지?
No, he didn't.
He did. There's
he
no
didn't.
way a nose could be like that.
Well, I have been following Yukchunsa for several years now, and I have done so much research. You have no idea.
Really? You've been
He has
following
all
that
these,
long?
He has all, yeah, because he was in this show. Like, I loved it from this. I mean, you didn't get to see this side, which is like makes you love him more. Before he was in these like tough like soldier military competitions. But he has all these things of like he's playing around with his nose to show, and it's not. But I understand it looks fake, but you can't do those things with a fake nose. He's 진짜
Something special.
something special.
But he just doesn't, he's not my look, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like,
he's not
Jinseok이 was
anyone's
my look.
But it's
But-
the 반전.
Aura, 반전.
It's the 반전. It's the unexpected. And he's so nice.
He's so
you know?
nice. He's so
But
nice.
like in a I don't give a damn nice,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. He just is
And
very
also
secure as
he's
to
like-
who he is.
He's
Artist?
UGT, he's like special forces.
I know. Dex,
So he
Dex.
could literally like save my life
I know.
and then draw me a painting.
He's quite the artist.
Yeah.
Quite the artist.
Yeah.
But anyway, can we just talk about Dex and how much he loves Baekjeon? Is that
Okay,
her
so
name, Baekjeon?
Actually, yeah, with every season, my top is always Dex.
Baekjeon. Of
Like-
course.
I freaking love Dex so much. Like
He's the best.
I watch it for him.
Did you
What?
see him singing? I posted something
Yeah,
of him
I did.
singing.
I saw that before you even woke up today.
잘났어.
I actually saw that clip months ago. Okay,
Okay, so 공유 or Dex?
I mean 공유.
Wow.
Yeah, because 공유's tall. Dex is probably like my height. I already looked into this. He's exactly like John's height. So he's actually taller than he looks on TV. But yeah, that half body tattoo, like pretty much. So, oh my God. But do you remember that clip? Like, so again, this is more about Dex because like Dex is number one. That clip came up on my feed of when Dex and Silgi meet at the pool.
Oh, yeah.
And
Mhm.
Eagle. Do you remember Eagle? First of all,
I
her
do.
boobs were like ginormous.
I know.
You're like, what's up, Seouldae? Where did those come from? And like, and then not to mention, like, she's like popping it, and I'll be like, ha ha ha, right? And then here you got like wild girls wearing like a jacket over their swimsuit.
She gotta go. She not my. I don't like her the
I
most.
like her. Okay, I can't remember. Minseol.
민설 맞아.
Now on the girl side.
Yeah, let's go.
So you're Ishian.
I love her.
I just
I
can't
love
get
her
over
so
what
much.
she looked like before she got the glow up.
Oh, because
Like-
she was some sort of like 그 idol training. Idol.
Yeah.
Oh, 맞아.
She was in a K-pop competition called Produce
맞아.
48.
맞아,
And
맞아.
I remember seeing her. And
You
then
watched
like
that
her,
too? Like,
yeah.
dang.
나는 그냥 항상 배움의 거리. 배움의 자세. But she like her entire face like 바뀌었어 and it's just a little bit like hold on.
But I just really like her personality. I mean, if her face is her face, and she probably has the most proportional, 이쁜 face,
Yeah.
body, everything. But on top of that, like I just love her personality.
Yeah, she's 솔직해. She's like
맞아.
funny and she'd be like 뭐야? Oh my God, when she was like 2번, 4번 오일 조심, like 오일. First of all, Taiwan with the I was like 뭐 하는 거야?
But too bad Yuk Junso was the one
okay.
that.
And then everybody
Through
ended
all-
up liking him that day. Okay, can
I
we
know,
talk
that's
about couple things? There's that
Yeah.
girl which I can't remember her name,
Eugene?
but the girl that no, we're gonna get there. The girl that said that she's the prettiest girl who looks like an alien. The small girl. The one that asked 윤서 씨를 저를 뽑았나요? 그리고 뽑았으면 왜 뽑았나 아니면
Yeah,
안
she's the-
뽑았으면 말 안 해도 돼요. And 육준서's like 안 뽑았는데요, right?
It's the best.
It's the best. But she's like
I don't like
something
her.
about her is not
It's right here.
yeah, it's not cute. Something about and then her eyebrows are bleached too much. But again, real life they're all gorgeous. It's just who cares? We're moms. We're gonna judge everybody right now.
No, but it's so interesting because, like everybody, when they first came out, like everybody was talking about how similar they looked. And I really
Yeah.
couldn't differentiate either. But once the personality started coming out, then you're like, oh, you can definitely differentiate. 맞아. So, 잘했어.
It's good. Eugene, the dancer girl,
Too bad. She done.
that
The
campfire.
swinging by herself.
미친. 이거. 재밌어. It's like like, 뭐 하는 거야, 지금? Somebody go save her. But they all probably are like, I'm gonna let her run into like,
No, they're probably scared of her at that point. They're just
please
scared that she
run.
might come.
I mean, I feel bad because I feel like when she was like mixing the drinks and like getting, like buzzed and
I know.
having fun, like I feel like talk about you feeling like Teo, that could have been me. you know, not 괜히 막, like sometimes we just get
맞아.
carried away in the 분위기 and you're like,
맞아,
oh, this
맞아.
person's
That's a good
uncomfortable.
point.
That I'm just gonna focus on what I could do, and then you have like
맞아.
regrets later. That's like the story of my life. And like I'm a dancer. Oh, but I don't know if she's gonna be able to recover from that. That's
I
gonna be
think
too
I
hard.
think the saving grace is actually gonna be the new guys. By the way, those three new guys, they're all freaking amazing.
Like they like saved. I mean, I have to still get to know them, but I would say that they make like for sure when those three came out, I was like, oh, Taewon never gonna make it to paradise.
No,
Oh, sorry. You
only if
thought you were.
I because Paejiyeon, she started looking too. Like they
Yeah,
haven't, she
but
hasn't made a decision.
when there's no like sexual chemistry,
Yeah, no.
you know?
맞아.
Okay, so we love Baekjeon. I love Baekjeon.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
from the get-go, when all the girls came out,
She your style?
no, not even. I wasn't even looking at her, but John was like, "Oh, I like that girl the best." I was like, "John, like, why?" You know? I was like kind of offended because I'm like, "That's your style?" Like, 나랑 너무 다른 이미지인데 알고 보니까 되게 비슷해. I mean, meaning like, but I just think that she needs. Oh, there's a friend joining us. She needs better Cody. Her
Oh yeah.
style. Somebody
Also,
need to
like,
help her.
no, you know what it is? I think the way she talks is not that 재밌어. There's nothing very special about her.
But a lot of
Unique.
yeah, but I think that as an introverted girl, she could be okay. It's just the outer appearance is not doing her a solid.
I see
It's
what you
not
mean.
helping
I
her.
see what you
It's
mean.
taken away from that alluring kind of personality that she could be. But if Dex likes her, you know,
No,
other girls, 또 누구 있지? that
없어.
민설, the one
민설.
that's trying to get with 육준서. But 그런 애들이 because 준서 likes girls that are simple,
Yeah.
and she's like a go-getter. I like that she's a go-getter. What's
I
your
mean, but
beef
she
with her?
just, I don't like what she looks like, and she's, I get what she's doing, but 뭐가 되게, I don't really like her.
That's really
별로.
strong. That's really strong of you to say.
You didn't even talk about 아린이.
Who's Arin?
See, she's like a 동우 or whatever.
No, Arin is the cute
아린,
girl that I mentioned in the beginning.
no, you
Arin is the
didn't.
one that looks cute, but looks weird here.
김아린.
Oh, no. Arin is the one that I was talking about that has like a weird like mouth. Kim Hae-jin is the tall. Oh man, I just found out what she did, and I knew it because I guessed it because I just saw like a
What
bio
did she
about
do?
her. Miss Korea.
Oh, but I really don't like her big lip.
Well, she's very plastic, but John actually was like, "Oh, I like her." I was like, "Why?" Right? I was like, "왜 자꾸 거지 같은 애들만?" But she has a charm. It's because it feels like she could kind of stand up for herself, And I feel like the way that she was interact with the cafe guy, there was a little bit more like kind of equal push and pull. And as soon as she took a whiff that he's like a player, she's like, I'm not interested. So
But
there's
everybody was like that, like everybody.
yeah, but I think that it's I don't like her face. I don't like her vibe. But I
I
do
don't
think
like
that
her.
personality wise, she has a little bit more. She could be fun.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but either way, I would say Ishian, but she's a little young. So I feel she's definitely going to cry somewhere in the show. I really like Baekjeon, and I really hope she gets with Yuk Junso. But I don't know if that's going to work.
I don't think so.
Because sexy people don't end up going for sexy people. And both are very sexy vibes.
Mm.
Like, usually, I feel like those sexy guys go for more like plain Jane girls, which is why
Yeah.
unicorn works.
Yeah.
So
But I
are
don't
you a
like her.
sexy girl or are you a plain Jane girl?
Neither. There has to be another category. There's
Tail like girl. Tail like girl.
oh,
Yeah.
good. Anyway,
Anyways,
go.
that was our recap, and so keep watching. We'll come back again.
Let's
Okay.
go.
Bye.
Bye.